Hello everyone, how's it going? This is the first video of hopefully many that I'm going to be publishing on not publishing that I'm going to be posting on my channel. And basically all this is tutorials on how to properly mod your FIFA game. The reason I wanted to put this out here is just because I feel like when I was learning about FIFA modding and FIFA editing, I feel like all of the tutorials and all of the resources that I needed were kind of like scattered all over the place, and I had to like search for them, like search for each individual tutorial. Here, I'm gonna be posting a playlist with all of the tutorials. Well, I should say most of the tutorials that you're gonna need. These tutorials are gonna be for just like the most common stuff, modding, kits, modding teams, changing teams, players, a bunch of things like that. We're going to be using a couple of these apps and a couple of websites that I have open up here. I'm going to be going through, in this episode, I'm going to be going through each app, how to download it, and a little bit of sort of like how it helps and what it does. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, so we're going to start over here with our FIFA editor tool. FIFA editor tool and mod manager are they're very similar. They sort of work hand in hand. FIFA editor tool is where you're going to open up all of your game files. Everything that's in the game is going to be portrayed to you here through FIFA editor tool, and it's also obviously, as like is in the name, it's where you're going to be able to make most of your edits and import things like textures, import things like databases and things like that. Mod Manager is simply a hub where you can organize and sort out all your mods, which ones are being applied to the game, which ones aren't, and the priority of which mods are being applied. Secondly, we have here Live Editor and Cheat Engine. Live Editor is a great app because it allows you to edit the game while it's open. It's fantastic. You can edit many things like player stats. You can edit teams colors, teams information. There's a very large amount of information that you can edit with Live Editor. And Cheat Engine is sort of just like Live Editor. The only difference with Cheat Engine is that it only opens if Live Editor is applied to the game. And all it does is just it offers a little bit like what should I say? A little bit easier mods. It's a little bit easier to change things in the game. With Cheat Engine, they make it a little bit more clear. Let me put those back there. Third, we have these two apps, which are absolutely fantastic. We have RBDM24, which is Revolution Database Master 24, and we have DB Master. These two apps, they were made by the same creator. I believe his name is Ronaldo, if I'm not mistaken. And these two apps are just basic database editing apps. You know what I mean? This one, you have to import files from FIFA Editor Tool into it to edit the database. And this one, it automatically detects your squads and edits the databases from inside there. It's a very essential for what we're going to be doing today. Or I should say very essential for what we're going to be doing across this series. The editing various different teams and things as such, it's going to be very important. Put those back. And lastly, we have here these two apps. These are actually how should I say, these are actually websites that you can just use on a regular browser that I just converted into apps just to be able to have them here on my desktop. It's FIFA Kit Creator and Photopea. Now, FIFA Kit Creator, I'm sure you've heard of it before if you're clicking on this video. FIFA Kit Creator is just it's an app that allows you to create kits for FIFA. You know what I mean? It allows you to change designs, change colors, change images. It basically allows you to do whatever you want to a FIFA kit. And the best thing about it is that it automatically transforms it into a texture. So it maps it automatically for you into the app, so you can see what the kit would look like, and then it flattens it out as a texture so that you can import it into your FIFA editor tool, so that you can get them into the game. And lastly, Photopea. Now, Photopea, it's not 100% necessary. I use Photopea because I don't pay for a Photoshop account, but Photopea is simply just a Photoshop. It has almost all the features that Photoshop has. Maybe a few are missing. Maybe it doesn't have the more advanced ones. Maybe the newest ones like the AI things. But it has most of the features of Photoshop, and it's absolutely free. So I just use Photopea to make the edits that I need for maybe a texture image or like a new font that I need to create for the game. I use Photopea. It's actually um, very very easy to use. It's almost exactly like Photoshop, so it's a great app. And those are all the apps that we're going to be using across this series. There are also a couple of sites that I strongly recommend when making mods and doing things like that. The first site is Canva. I feel like it's pretty basic. Basic explanation. I just use Canva to make the designs that I need. Like for example, you can see this is a club that I created, and that I imported into FIFA, and I just used Canva to make the crests, to make all the banners, all the things that were necessary for the textures and things like that. I just made it here in Canva. If you have another app that you like to use, like for example, if you want to use Photoshop or Photopea itself, that's perfectly fine. Whatever you want to use, whatever you want to use to be able to make all your designs, that's totally up to you. If it works, and if you can at least change or I should say, make it the right size for for FIFA, then go right ahead. But I just use Canva because it's a little bit easier to use. It's a very very simple app, and that's like really really easy to use. So yeah, and then the second site that I use very very often is Remove BG. I feel like this is pretty straightforward. It removes the background from any image, which is it can come in handy sometimes when you need an important image that has a background, or you made a design but you can't remove its background, so you need a it's great. It's great. It comes in handy a lot, and I use it quite often actually. The third site that always comes in handy is SoFIFA.com. SoFIFA.com is just a site that has all of the players and teams that are in the game. It's mostly players, but there's also some team information. There's also some squad information's in here too. It's great because it shows not only the players' real life statistics, as you can see here. It shows the players' game statistics. Like for example, here I'm on Rogerio Ceni. It has his last FIFA was in FIFA 14. So maybe let's bring up a player that is currently still in FIFA. Here, for example, Douglas Luiz. You can see here you can get his FC24 version. If you have a different version of the game, like FIFA 23, you can also bring it up. But here, as you can see, it has all of his game information. It has things like if he has a real face. It has his player ID that's in the game. It has his attributes. It has his play styles. It has his rating in every single position. It's a great app, or I should say, it's a great site for making all of the mods, or not making all the mods, for getting all of the necessary information that you need for players and teams likewise in the game. So yeah, that's all of the apps. That's what they do. That's how you can use them. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually download these apps, because some of these are a little bit trickier than you might think to download. So yeah, let's go on to that. So starting off with our first two apps, FIFA Editor Tool and FIFA Mod Manager. These are actually pretty conjunctuous. They work together a lot. So we're gonna get both of those at the same time because they are sort of in the same site. So I'm gonna pull up here my Google tab, and I'm gonna just search up FIFA Editor Tool, and it's gonna bring up this. You just click the first link. If not, I'm going to post the link to this site also in the description of the video for all of you that just find it easier to click on that. But yeah, it should send you over here to this site, FIFA Editor Tool. Once you're on here, fairly simple. You go to download. There's gonna be the editor and there's gonna be the mod manager. You can do whichever one you want first. I'm just gonna go ahead, click download for the editor. If it shows anything that's not, like for example this, you're gonna want to go up over here into your downloads and delete whatever it just did, because sometimes it opens different links from this download button. You're gonna only want to download the mega link. So you're only gonna want to download the link from mega. So once you open up the download button, if it brings you to a mega page, then it's safe to download. If it pulls up any other website for downloading, make sure you exit out of it. And if it already downloaded something to your computer, delete that file. I'm not gonna necessarily download it now because I already have it installed, but I will show you guys what to do once you have it installed. Obviously, for the mod manager, it's the same thing. There you go. It brings up the mega, which we know it's safe, and you're gonna hit download. Perfect. Once you do those two things, you're gonna hop up into your file explorer, and there's gonna be, I have it here into a folder, but for you, actually, you know what? Let me just hit download for you guys. I'm gonna save it up into my downloads. It's gonna take a little while. There you go, downloaded. Once it downloads, it's gonna look about like this in your file explorer. It's gonna be 2 zipped files, one for the editor, one for the mod manager. What I recommend doing is creating a new folder, and placing them both in here. You can name this folder whatever you want. Let me see if they. It's because I'm dragging more than one. I'm selecting the actual folder. There you go. You can name this folder whatever you want. I'm just gonna name it tutorial because this is a tutorial. Can't spell today. Tutorial. Probably spelled it wrong. Tutorial. There you go. Hop up into your folder. Oh, I clicked the wrong folder. There you go. Oh, I renamed the wrong. There you go. This is the folder you're gonna want to rename. Tutorial. There you go. Once you hop up in here, you're gonna see your 2 zip files, the one for the editor tool, the one for the mod manager. You can make another new folder, and just you can copy the name for each one into this folder because that's what we're going to be putting them in. So just come up in here, copy that name, paste that into here. You're gonna want to drag your editor tool and your mod manager into the respective folders that we just created, and then in each one of these, you're gonna want to extract here. Now I'm using WinRAR. I strongly recommend using WinRAR for file database files and stuff. If you want to use like a different Win, like you can use WinZip. I'm pretty sure it works pretty fine too. I just chose WinRAR. It's the easiest one to use. So I'm just gonna hit here, WinRAR, and then either WinRAR or WinZip, whichever one you use. You're gonna click the extract here button. It's gonna do that, and it's gonna extract that into a folder for you. You can delete now your zipped file. You can do the same thing for the mod manager. Go ahead, right click, WinRAR, extract here. Once it extracts, you can delete the zip file. Now I kind of did like a little bit of a redundant little process here. I made a folder when it already makes a folder for you in the outside. So I'm just gonna drag these back into the tutorial. If it works. I don't think it will, but hold on. That's fine. We can just be a little redundant. When you have both of these and they're unzipped in each of their respective folders, you're gonna open up your FIFA mod manager, obviously first, and the mod manager is the easiest one because it should already be just that in the folder, and it's gonna be an application. Once you have that, you can just, if you want, copy it into your desktop or drag it up into your desktop. I'm not gonna do that right now because I already have it, but either one of those works, and it'll work in your desktop. Once you open it, it'll be fine. Let me go ahead and delete this one because we already did that. I'm only deleting it because I already have Mod Manager installed on my computer. You wouldn't delete it. You would keep it there because this would be your first time installing it. Now for the FIFA Editor tool, it's a little bit trickier. FIFA Editor tool, there's gonna be two values in here. There's gonna be the application, which is what we want, and there's gonna be a file folder. Now, once you actually open up FIFA Editor tool for the first time, it's going to create a couple more folders because there's going to be logs and the history of things that you've already done with the game. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to click on FIFA Editor tool, right click, and in more options you're gonna want to create a shortcut. There you go. Once you create a shortcut, you can grab that shortcut and you can drag it up into your desktop as well. As you can see, once you drag it up, they're gonna be both here in your desktop, and you're gonna be free to use them. Here, I'm just going to I'm going to delete my current FIFA editor tool because for this process that I'm going to show you guys are gonna need to see this. So I'm just gonna drag that up here to my desktop, bring it up here. I'm just gonna rename it. Take out the oops, I accidentally opened it. Hold on. Take out the I keep on clicking the wrong thing. Sorry. Take out the shortcut part here. Just keep it as editor tool, which is fine for me. As you can see, it's still here, but the shortcut is what you dragged into the desktop. For the mod manager, it's fine because it would already be in desktop. Now, the thing with FIFA editor tool, once you open it up for the first time, and you're going to click on whichever game you have here. For me, it's FC24 because it's the only game I have installed in my computer. If you have FIFA 23, FIFA 22, any other FIFA up to FIFA 18, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be here as well. Once you click on it, it's going to ask you for an encryption key. Now, I can post a link to somewhere that has the encryption key for you guys in the description. But to me, the easiest way to do this is just to go up into your FIFA Kit Creator, go into How To. There's going to be a button that says Get Encryption Key. Once you click that, it's just going to copy it into your clipboard automatically, and you can just paste that encryption key. I just hit Control V right now. You can just paste that encryption key into the text box and hit Continue, and it's going to start up your FIFA editor tool. My Norton is just saying that it doesn't have a valid digital signature. Don't worry about it. All of these apps are completely safe. As you can see, it's starting up. This could take a while depending on the strength of your computer. For me, it usually takes about, 30 seconds to a minute. On the first time, it might take a little bit longer, and then once you already open it up, it's going to be getting quicker. I'm just going to cancel it real quick because we're not going to use it just yet. That's how you install these two, the FIFA editor tool and the mod manager. Okay, so moving on, now we're going to be looking at how to install your live editor and your cheat engine, of course. So, I'm going to be posting, of course, all of the download links for the links for all of the downloads that I'm going to be making here in the description of all of the videos that I'm going to be posting in this tutorial. But I'm also going to be showing you guys here how to open it up by yourselves. So, whichever game that you are using, you're going to want to use that one. In my case, I'm using EAFC. So you're going to want to put EAFC or FIFA, whichever one you're using, live editor, just like that, EAFC live editor, and it's going to bring up a couple of links. You're going to want to click the GitHub link. In this GitHub, you're going to find this link that says FC24 live editor and cheat table release schedule. If you're using FIFA, it's going to say whichever version of FIFA you looked up. In the description of the video, I'm going to be posting both just in case. But once you're here in this GitHub, you're going to want to click on that link, and that's going to bring up this spreadsheet with various different types of links for each version of the editor. Now, you're not always going to want to click the most recent version because depending on what date it is, as you can see today I'm recording this on June 10th, 2024, and here it says June 14th, which is actually in the future. So sometimes Aronactu, which is the creator of these tools, he releases them only for his Patreon subscribers. He releases it for them early, and then they come out for the rest of us on this actual date. So for me, I'm only going to have access to this most recent one in about 4 days for me. So since I'm not a subscriber of the Aronactu Patreon, I'm going to click here on the second latest one, or whichever one isn't in the future for me, because it might not always be the second latest. For example, as you can see here in in the cheat table one, it's 2 that have future dates. So you're going to want to click on the latest one that is a date that is either the day that you were doing it or in the past. So in my case, here it's the March 18th one. So I'm going to click on that one. It's going to bring you to a Patreon. And on this Patreon, there's going to be this link. And it's going to say FC24 LE or FIFA LE zip. And it's going to be a zip file. You can go ahead and click that link, and it's going to download it up. I clicked it, but I'm not going to necessarily use that one because I already have this on my system. And you're going to want to do the same thing for cheat table. Go here on the second page. Go to the most recent one, which isn't in the future. For my case, it's May 15th. Click on that one. Go into the Patreon and click your zip to download. There you go. Now you're going to want to hop up into your File Explorer, your trusty File Explorer again. And there's, as you can see, there's going to be 2 zipped files. You can see 2 zip files, one for the CT and one for the LE that you just downloaded. Now you're going to want to make a folder, new folder, and name it LE-CT. Technically, you can name it whatever you like. I just like to name it LECT because I know that that's the live editor and the cheat table that I have in there. Once you pull it up, you should have 2 folders in there, but I'm just going to redo it here for tutorial purposes. New folder, LE-CT. I might have to name it something else. Hold on. I'm gonna name it LE-CT 1. There you go. You're gonna want to bring both of your files into there. Once you're in there, you're gonna want to create a new folder as well, and rename the folder into either or. Just make sure you do it for both, as you see here. And then you're just going to want to drag each one to have each zip file inside of the folder for the one that you renamed. Once you're there, you're going to want to head into either one. I'm just going to start here with Live Editor, and you're just going to want to extract it there. You're going to want to extract it into there. As you can see, it's going to bring up all of the files that were inside that zip file. Once it does that, you can delete the old the zipped folder, and you're going to do the same thing for the cheat table. With WinRAR, go ahead and extract here and delete the current one. Now, for both of these, really the only ones that matter for us is the launcher for Live Editor, and for the cheat table, it's going to be the one that says FC24. Now, so that you don't have to keep going into these folders every single time you want to open up the Live Editor or the cheat table, what I recommend doing is right-clicking on here, show more options, and go to, where is it? Maybe I need to do it again. Sometimes that happens. Show more options, and you're going to want to click create a shortcut. Once you create a shortcut, you can grab that and drag that straight into your desktop so that you can have access to it over there. I'm not going to do it here because I already have it. But the same thing with FC24 or with your cheat table. Show more options, go create a shortcut, go and drag it into your desktop. Let me just go ahead and delete these ones that I just created because I already have it. So as you can see, once you do that, it should be all up in your desktop. You should have both of them. I just renamed it into the simpler version, which is Live Editor and Cheat Engine. But once you do that, you should be able to access both of those pretty freely. So that is all you need to know on how to install your Live Editor and your Cheat Engine. Alright, now moving on how to install or how to download your RBDM and your DB Master. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find any good Google searches that could bring up the correct links for you guys. So I am just going to be putting the links for these in the description of the video. But here you go. It's going to be this website and it's going to be this website. Now, these are both just download centers for both of them. So I'm going to start over here with RBDM24. Now, for me, when I click the mega link, which is what you should click, it's going to tell me that the file that I'm trying to download is no longer available. Now, this is only because I already have the database master installed into my computer right here. As you can see, it's already in there. So it's not going to allow me to install it. For you, once you click this mega link, once you click this mega link, it should bring up the the regular mega file download page, and you can just download it into your system. Once you do download it, it's going to just bring up, just like for me, hold on, it's not here in my downloads because I moved it over here into my desktop. But for you, it should just bring up just like this, an RB, like a little soccer field, just like that. And that's what it's going to look like. And then you're just free to use it. It's going to be able to open it and everything. And that is it. That is all you need to do for the RBDM. It's going to be, it's pretty easy to install. Let me close out of that. Now, for your DB master, you can scroll all the way down over here on this side for it, and click the mega link. You can also use MediaFire, I guess, if you want. I just prefer mega. It just makes everything easier for me. And you're gonna want to hit download. It may take a little bit of time, but once you do download it, it's gonna bring up a zipped file. Now, in this zipped file, there's going to be a setup. You're just gonna open up this setup, click next, do all your stuff, put it in whichever folder you want. I'm not gonna go all the way through right now with it because I already have it installed. But once the whole setup installs on your computer, you should just see a little DB master icon appear in your latest thing in your desktop, because it usually just sends it straight to your desktop. If your icon for your DB master looks different than mine, do not worry. They're changing it all the time. Every single time that you download it, it's probably gonna have a different icon. Don't worry about the icon. Just worry about how it looks when you open it up. If it should be just a regular DB master where you can open up files and things like that, that's all it should look like. So do not worry if the icon is different. It most likely will be. That is not a problem. Don't worry about that. And that is it for your DB master and for your RBDM. It's really, really simple. That's all you're gonna need for those two. So yeah. All right, and lastly, these are both really simple. These, the FIFA Kit Creator and the Photopea, you don't even really need to install them as an app if you don't want to. Here, let me open up a new window. You can just go up into FIFA Kit Creator. It's gonna show up just like that. Now I'm going to be explaining how to use FIFA Kit Creator and how to interchange it between the FIFA and the EAFC, depending on which version of the game you have. But if you really want, you could just use it in your browser just as is. You can keep it in there, make your modifications, hit download. It's going to save. It's going to be perfectly fine. If you want to do it like me, I just like to hit this install button over here. I already have it open, so for me it just says open. But for you, it's going to say install. I just like hitting the install button and having it as an icon on my thing, because then it shows up nice and neat. There's no other tabs that can interfere with it, and it's just there as basically as an app. And it's the exact same thing for Photopea. I already have the shortcut here, but you could just look up Photopea and it'll be the first link. I'll also keep the links in the description, of course. This is just the app, as you can see. There's nothing much to it. It's here in your browser. If you want, like I said, hit install. For me, it already says open. Hit install and just have it as an app as well to use. So it's really up to you whether you want to use it in your browser or as an independent app. Now what does matter is that you actually are able to access and download the things that you design or that you change in these sites or apps. But other than that, that is quite literally it. That is how to download all of these apps. It's, if you think about it, fairly simple. You're not going to need all of these apps for every single edit, thank God. So for example, you're not going to need all of these just to change a kit, or all of these just for one single change of the game. These are all of the ones that you're going to need for all of the features that I'm going to be describing in the tutorial, which is coming in the next couple of days, hopefully. But other than that, yeah, that's going to be all for today. That's just how to install them. Hopefully you guys are able to install them without any difficulty. If you guys do have any problems or anything, I am going to be making a Discord server where you guys can ask questions, or also you guys can just ask in the comments. But I'm going to be putting the link to the Discord server in my in the description of the video, of course. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are successful with downloading these apps, and stick around for the tutorials, because you're going to need them. how to mod the game. So hopefully those videos are coming up soon. So remember to turn on your notifications and subscribe to the channel, of course, so you guys don't miss anything, and you guys figure out how to do all the modding that you guys find necessary. Thank you so much.